ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా,
How did my father die? That's also very interesting. You know, he was staying in Prashanthi Nilayam. He was staying in the second floor. And even at that age, 88 years, 89 years, he used to come up and down almost 10, 12 times in a day. My sister used to ask him, why are you going down up and down? He said, no, exercise I need. I need exercise, I must go. So he used to go up and down, go for darshan. Perfectly, he was fine. On the last day, it so happened that for a week towards the end, I happened to stay with my father because my sister's husband had passed away in Bangalore, and so she had to come there for the rites and all that. So I was staying with him. I asked Swami. Swami said, okay, stay. And so I was cooking for my father. I don't know much of cooking. Okay. A few years before that, Swami was pulling my leg. He said, you must get married. I said, Swami, I am happy, Swami. Why do you want me to get married? Then Swami said, no, who will take care of your father? I said, I will take care. No, who will cook for him? Swami, I'll cook for him. Do you know cooking? No, Swami. I will learn. So, on that remark of Swami, I learned cooking. And in fact, one day Swami asked me, a year later, hey, have you learned cooking? He asked me. It was a bouncer. I said, yes, Swami. What can you make? He said. I said, I can make chapati, I can make rice. I can make that, the tomato, onion curry. Easiest stuff. And upma I can make. Swami said, adi chalu, he said. That is enough. So the last week I was staying with my father, I started cooking. After 2-3 days, I got fed up of my cooking. I told my father, I'll get you from the canteen. He said, no, you're cooking very well. You cook. So I was staying with him. It was a Sunday, and I was to return. I told my father, after 6 o'clock, I'm going. So my father came down. As he was getting into the car, he told me something very sweet. He said, shall I get you a pair of clothes? He asked me. I said, why? Swami has given me lots of pairs of clothes. Then he said, no, you took care of me so well, he said. I said, you took care of me so well. You brought me to Swami. Can there be a greater blessing a parent can give a child than this? But he said, okay, can I at least pay for the taxi? I said, no. Why should you pay for the taxi? It's my privilege to serve you. Swami has given me this privilege of serving you. That is, I'm very, very thankful to Swami for this. But he was not satisfied. The next day, my sister was staying with him. One sister who is a primary school teacher. She had gone to Bangalore and returned. So he gave her some money and said, put this in that fellow's account and come and tell me you have put. So that was on Monday. On Tuesday morning, he got up at 4:30. He finished his bath. He went for Vedam Naga Sankirtan they have. He finished darshan, came back to the room. And as he came back to the room, he had his breakfast. Now, small details are so beautiful, I tell you. It was the last day of his life. As he was going out, he told my sister, I'm going for darshan. And on the door of our house, there is a small mirror. My father had a habit of looking into the mirror and asking my sister, is my hair properly combed? And my sister knew it was a practice. Okay. So she said, without even looking at him, yes, it's properly combed. And he came out. As he came to the first floor, he met somebody. That person asked, Uncle, where are you going so fast? He said, I'm going for darshan. Came down to the ground floor, looked at the Ajur Mandir. Swami had just moved into the Ajur Mandir a couple of months before that. It was in 2006. He did pranam said Sai Ram, and fell down. And the beautiful thing is, now I'm going to tell you something which even I didn't know for 11 years, which I got to know only a couple of, maybe 3-4 months back. There was a Sevadal person on duty. Now this gentleman, his name is Sukhdev Singh. He used to come for duty to Prashanti Nilayam from Shimla, from Himachal. This year, in the month of March, when he had come, he called my sister and he said, "Are you not Tyagarajan's daughter?" He said. "Yes, uncle, I am Tyagarajan's daughter." He said, "I will tell you something that I have not told you all these years. It is a secret I kept within myself. But I want to share with you because I had a near-death experience recently and I want you to know this." So she said, "What is it?" He said, "When your father said Sai Ram and fell down, I was there on duty there at that gate, West 1. And quickly I ran to that police chowk which is there and told them, somebody has fallen down there." And they said, "What can we do? You go and tell in the Sevadal office." He said, "So I ran, and when I came back, I was surprised to find Swami standing there. And Swami was blessing your father. And I was all agitated, more agitation, because Swami has now come. I am not on duty. I should have been there." And Swami turns to him and says, "Why are you so agitated? Everything is fine. Everything is arranged," Swami tells him. "Sab kuch arrange kiya hai," Swami tells. And then Swami asks him, "Tumko kya chahiye?" He says, "Swami, humko moksha chahiye, Swami." Swami says, "Mamta chodo, moksha milega." And then he said something which was very strange. He said, "Swami created a lingam and gave it to me. And for 11 years, I have worshipped this lingam. I wanted to tell you." My sister was surprised, shocked, and delighted naturally. In the meanwhile, Swami returned. In the meanwhile, somebody had gone up to find out who this person is, and he found my sister. He told her, "Some person looks like your father has fallen down." So my sister came with a glass of water. She sprinkled the water, no reaction. In the meanwhile, somebody came with a stretcher. My sister didn't know all this Sukhdev Singh, whatever happened. She had not known. She didn't know. So she was agitated. She didn't know what to do. And this person brings the stretcher. She asked, "How did you know he has fallen down?" He said, "The ambulance has just come to park. I found somebody has fallen, so I brought the stretcher." So they took my father to the hospital. And the doctor said, "He's gone." And all that happened in a very, very short time. So this is how we got to know. But I was being a science student. Naturally, you want evidence, right? My sister told me this. I asked my sister. She rang me up and said, "This gentleman by name Sukhdev Singh told this." I said, "Did you get his address?" "No." "Did you get his phone number?" "No." "From which place is he?" "Himachal." I said, "Himachal is a very big place." Okay, so we went to Dharmashala this year. We tracked him. And we found that he is from a village called Galore. It is 100 kilometers from where we were staying. We put Google Maps, searched, and went to his house, met him, and that is the photograph you see of the gentleman. He's a BSF soldier. And then we asked him about the lingam. "Swami has given you a lingam." In the beginning, he was very reluctant to show. "Jo kuch diya, Bhagwan ne diya," he said. We said, No, we want to see it. And then, I don't know what moved him. He took out the lingam and showed. You can see that lingam in my sister's hand. That is the lingam Swami had given. So this is how, that's why I always say, when you have God on your side, He not only takes care of your welfare, but also your farewell. Takes care of your farewell, He makes it such a beautiful experience. When you get to know that Swami was present, how can you feel bad about such an experience? You feel this is the greatest blessing that anybody can get. I have had many opportunities to speak about this experience in Swami's presence, in Swami's physical presence. One day when I finished this and sat down, Swami said, Seriga cheppaledu. You didn't tell this properly. Now this was an experience which, if you wake me at midnight, I can tell you without missing a single full stop or comma. So many times I've narrated this. I was surprised. But how do you ask Swami, what did I miss? So I just waited, and Swami said, you missed out an important point, he said. You know what that is? You did not tell this. When your father went to that surgeon, what did he tell? Swami said. Swami said that he will cure my father. Swami said, do you know this? The surgeon died before your father. Of course, because the surgeon's son-in-law happened to be my sister's colleague, she had known that he had passed away. But we had never related this way. And that is how we came to Swami. He chose to enter our lives like that. That's how we came to Swami. So another day, when I was narrating about this, I said, so that is how we came to Swami in 1968. Swami looked at me and said, 1968 Kadu, 1963, he said. Now, when you are with Swami, you know that you cannot inform the all-knowing. You don't correct him and say, no, you are mistaken. Because whatever he says is the truth. All that you can pray is that he throws light for even our dull intellect to make out what it is. I didn't say anything. Then Swami said, Ravi, you remember the day your mother passed away? He asked me. I said, very clearly, Swami. I was just about 4 years and a few months. Then Swami said, what happened that evening? I said, Swami, I don't remember what happened that evening, specific evening. Do you remember anything? Swami said. I said, yes, Swami, I remember my mother's body. I remember the sari she was wearing. I remember that everyone was sad around me. I was very moving around happily. Then Swami said, your cousin came to you and spoke to you, no? He said. There was a cousin of mine who was just about 2 months elder to me. And as they were preparing to remove my mother's body, he came to me and said, hey, you know something? They are going to take your mother in procession. I was excited because we lived near a temple. And you know, the temple processions were a common sight. It was full of jubilation and firecrackers and music and Nadaswaram and all that. So I thought that was the procession. I was very excited. Now, this cousin of mine said, but one thing, they won't bring her back. The moment he said this, I burst into tears and nothing would console me. So an aunt of mine took me to her house, which was just across the street. Swami is telling all this, okay. Took me across to her house. As soon as I entered her house, I saw Swami's photograph there. I asked her, Yaar in the mommy? I asked. Who is this auntie? She said, "This mommy illappa Swami." This is not an aunt, this is God. She said, you pray to him, he will take care of you. Swami told this and said, do you know, Ravi, from that time I'm taking care of you. So you came to me in 1963. For those who wonder whether Swami is present in the photograph, this is enough.
Truth is my